Hello World Hunters, here's the breakdown of the Grenadier Vex build. The strong sides of this build are very good at mobbing, can one-shot most bosses, gear requirements are not strict, does not abuse any bugs or exploits, and is a unique playstyle for Vex. The weak sides are, it has a learning curve, high-risk playstyle, and somewhat RNG dependent. The main mechanic of this build is a Sleepy into Groundbreaker combo. Both scale from melee damage and are considered a melee damage source for skill purposes. More on that later. For the skill tree, it is an even split between the red and blue one. The action skill is the Dreamgear. Not only Reaper scale from the melee damage as well, but also you can cancel the summoning to partially refund action skill cooldown and get full benefit of Tripwire, even multiple times in a row. For Augment, take Hellish Harvest. It does tons of damage and can even one-shot mobs. For the Capstone, the only choice we have is Grim Reaper. The most important skills are Reverberation, Infusion, and Glow and Ebon. You need a class mod with one of these skills. Fire Dancer for the Reverberation, Commander for the Infusion, or Weaver for the Glow and Ebon. For the stats, look for melee damage and skill damage. Those are almost mandatory for bossing with this build, even more important than the skill allocation on the class mod. For weapons, you just need access to all 6 damage types. Vex's Face Covenant changes her melee damage element, as well as Sleepy's. For the demonstration, I specifically used low-level weapons to show that you don't need its damage for this build, but you can use spread launchers and beam tossers for second wins. For Ordnance, Sleepy with Overflow show the most consistent results. Other options are Nuke, which makes it easier to hit with Sleepy but harder to hit with Groundbreaker, since you can down yourself easier that way, or Exacting with Fragmentation Payload, which actually gives plus 100% crit damage. For Repkit, the best one will be Hard Hitter and Enrage with Order Part. The third best role is Elemental Affinity. If you want to one-shot bosses, Order Part is very important to chain the infusion. You can also use Triple Bypass. For Shield, What's for Dinner with Siphon is the best option. Not only it boosts all our damage, but it also fixes our lack in survivability. For enhancement, the only helpful one will be the double weapon swap speed, which also affects mod switch speed. Just use the corresponding weapon type. For specializations, Groundbreaker and Tripwire are a must-have. For others, you can use the best defense, Fragmentation Payload, or now with Caffeine. For firmware, I use Real Big Fist 2 and Action Fist 1 for damage, Gadget Ahoy 1 for cooldown, and Airstrike 1 for easier time hitting your grenades. I would advise against Airstrike if you use Nuke variant. Good luck, World Hunters!